Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing great. So today I want to show you some tools that I used in the past on Wall Street, time and sales and level two. Normally I like to help like the little guy, but sometimes like the big guys need help too. So I think this is just my opinion. The bigger your account, like the more you kind of have to watch over your cost basis. And then for the little guys that are watching, don't underestimate like the size of your account like now, because over time as you compound and you add more money to your account, you're gonna eventually get promotions, bonuses, and things like that. Your earnings power is gonna grow over time, and then before you know it, you're gonna have a pretty sizable account, and then at that point, like every cent is gonna count. So I was really inspired by a video that Ethan Galstad made recently, and it was pretty impressive because he has literal FU money. His starting point is kind of like my end goal, and he had actually has a goal of becoming a billionaire, and I wish him the best of luck in achieving that. He could probably do it in 2024 or maybe early 2025. So this video, I'll link it in the description below. I think he put it out near the around the holiday time. So that one like the first thing to note is that around the holiday time, like the volume is obviously going to be kind of sparse, and he was trying to work like some large orders. So normally, most of the time, he could probably pull it off. He can actually use um, like size to his advantage. But I would note that sometimes I think it's good to always use like the prior day's net asset value as kind of like the starting point. And then of course like the market is going to do what it's going to do, and then you have to adjust accordingly. So I think like my first suggestion for like the kind of like the whale size accounts, definitely if you have the time, definitely try to. I think it's worth your time to break up like the order. Look at both the bid and ask sides of what they call like the level two or depth of market order book to see if there's enough supply. Because I think he was trying to fill over almost 6,000 shares of SQY, and then also for Coney, almost 23,000 shares. And I think he had like trouble actually filling like the full like position on one of them. Again, I think it's not anything he's doing wrong. I think it's just holiday time, just like thin volume. So just for a good example, Coney was a little bit better because it could trade, around like it's starting to get more popular, so it's definitely has a higher like volume, as you can see from the screenshot. But then for Square, only 150,000 shares. But anyway, I just wanted to point out that even if you save like a penny just on like 20,000 shares, that's like $200 right there, and then another penny on like 5,000 shares, like another $50. That's a nice lunch for some folks. But again, he's on the larger side, so I don't know if he'll particularly care. But for someone that's for those that are a little bit more modest, like $250, that can go into, you know, maybe like 10 shares of whatever yield max ETF that they want. It was also good to also just keep in general again, keep liquidity in mind. So what I used to do for some old Wall Street firms, uh, like you have to what I was learning from like older traders, like always send like test orders. So for like in this example, I would try to place like 200 shares at the um maybe like a penny below the bid, and 100 shares like near the ask, just to see which gets filled first, just to get a sense of like the buyers or sellers are stronger. And why like is it like 200 at the bid and 100 shares at the ask? This is just like an old time technique, because like when you're dealing with multiple orders, if I see like 200 shares filled, then I know like it's at the bid, and then I also I'm getting something that I want at a slightly lower price. Or like the other side, like uh if I'm getting filled at the ask, that means people are really like bidding up the stock, so there's more momentum. So I'm gonna have to like work the order a little bit more. So, but anyway, then my next step would be kind of like depending on how many shares that I need to fill, I would actually like work down the ask side. Like for example, I'm assuming that there's a lot of demand for this particular stock, so I'd have to actually go on the ask side. Um, in case like there's like like a need like a pressing order that needs to get filled, but at the same time you want to try to get like the best price possible. um, so let me just like show you kind of like maybe what it possibly could look like on a time in sales. Again, these are like old timey tools. They've been around for a while, so there's like a super amount of like free money available, but this is more like kind of like cost savings techniques. So if you go to like time, like for example on like triple QY and TSLY, again these are like just older screenshots. So this is just for an example. Because in real life, sometimes like the time of sales like gets a little too fast, and it's really hard to kind of like teach people. So one of the first things you want to note is like the for most platforms that have like this type of trading feature, it's usually done in sizes of 100. So for example, like this top size over here, that's not like one share. There's actually 100 shares, and then like the next one over is 20,000 shares, and so on and so forth. And then same thing with Tesla. And if you're ever in doubt, I guess like you kind of have to use some common sense. Like for example, triple QY and Tesla are like two of the more popular yield max trading products. So it kind of makes sense that like this would be like 100 shares. Like people aren't gonna, I guess it wouldn't like make sense to kind of clutter like the time and sales with like like the small like literally like one share. But anyway, um, like if you ever see like weird like subset pricing, most of the time this is like a larger size order that's trying to break up like the orders for like their clients. So that's why like 50,000 shares like over these weird like subcent increments. That means they're trying to break up like a or actually it could be also like a large like a retail trader like maybe like Ethan as well. Because if you notice like his if you watch that video, he's trying to do it on like a dollar amount. So if you break it out over like that many amount of shares, and also on their volume, uh, you'll know that this is where like you can kind of just like from experience like see that oh who's gonna be coming in. Um, and then also what else can I show you guys? Also just to kind of show you, Moomoo has this type of feature as well. Like for those of you that are using kind of like the low cost brokers like Moomoo or Webull, try to see check on your own platform to see if it's available. Also just wanted to show you guys just as a comparison. So like something similar, like if I'm just like scanning like through these orders, like for example this one over here, the 17.749. Most likely it was someone larger that's trying to break up their orders. So again, also on the Tesla side, uh, also I'm just trying to scan through to see if like any like some of these like the 11.291 etc. Those are probably larger institutions like jumping in to kind of uh, getting filled on behalf of their clients, or actually they could be also maybe just like doing market making as well. So it's also interesting to note. Also, level two, this used to be a very popular training feature, but like over time, it's gotten like the effectiveness has decreased because like there's people putting in fake orders. This used to be called spoofing. So they're trying to like fake out like smaller traders. I think like for example, if you put in like a large order, at their bid. You're trying to maybe like you're trying to scare sellers into thinking that oh well there's a large order waiting to get filled, kind of like maybe at like down near like 1768, just as an example. Or it could also work the other way too, like if you're on you're trying to like scare people into selling you stuff at a lower price. You can probably put like fake orders, like for example, I'm not saying if this is fake or not, but like for example, I'm placing like uh 2,900 shares, but I want like 1773, and I'm trying to like put like larger like blocks of stock like at at a at like kind of like a larger price. To kind of like put some potentially uh share orders down to kind of scare the little guys into selling them at like a cheaper price. Uh, but again, like you just have to watch out like over time with experience. If you watch this like enough time, um, you'll get kind of like a market sixth sense. And then also over here, you'll notice like that in most times, it's at like a nice tight penny wide spread. So most of the time, like I would say, like this is actually like a very good thing for most like smaller retail traders. This is why I say like the level two isn't as effective anymore, because you're not really like for a retail trader, it's not worth their time. Usually these type of like whale games is only good for if you have like a larger size account and you're just trying to like save like some money on like order execution. And again, I just also want to show you uh, I guess like Moomoo they call it, instead of level two they call it like an order book. But it's kind of like a similar uh, like a similar I guess like a feature. Um, but I don't think they offer it like it's free all the time. I think it's only because like of special promotions that they're offering for free, which is kind of weird to me. But you know, it is what it is. Um, so it's interesting to kind of like see like the order imbalance. I kind of like to see over here. I like this feature over here where like you can kind of see like if there's more buying pressure or if there's more like selling pressure. So it's a nice visual. Um, but again, you know, it depends on like your broker as well. Uh, so let me just yeah. So I just wanted to kind of like show you guys like there's additional tools out there that might be able to like save you a little bit of money here and there, especially for like larger accounts. Keep in mind this is just like two pieces to the puzzle, and then like you can probably combine this with like maybe if you're better at charts, or maybe if you're better at like maybe big event news. Um, this can help you save some money here and there over time. And then also just as a reminder again, it's always good to like use like the prior days like net asset value as sort of like your like a starting point as to what like a fair price to be paying for some of these yield max and defiance products. Again, this is just like a Panda opinion. This is just based off of like I know it might be a little outdated, just because like these tools have been around for a while, so there's not that much edge in it. And it also depends on your goals and preferences. Like for example, maybe your account is so large that you don't even care about like a few $100 here and there. So it's just like something that to think about. So if you like this type of content, please consider giving this a like and subscribe. Uh, I just want to thank again all my subscribers, old and new. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys make some good money out there, and also to save some money out there on trading costs. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.